Hello everyone and welcome to the fourth podcast coming from figuredrawingonline.com, the website dedicated to teach figure drawing in a simple and fast way to give you a roadmap how to achieve results. This podcast will be on the knee, and there is a long lecture on the website that speaks about the knee, but this is just a podcast, so it's going to be just a quick overview of the knee and how to draw it, how to approach drawing a knee. So we have a model here, and we can see a knee in two positions. This is quite a good picture for that. And I will start with just indicating the pelvis. You can learn more about the pelvis in a separate lecture on pelvis that is on the figuredrawingonline.com website. We'll just indicate the position of these large masses that will give me a way how to judge the relationships. As we said in the earlier podcast, it is the way how to approach drawing really is one of the ways is to simplifying complex shapes into simple geometric forms. The human body is so vastly complex that it is not possible to think of everything and at the same time remain creative and focus on drawing itself on what you want to say. I'm using in one of the lectures, I believe, a comparison that it would be like trying to write a poem without knowing how to write, having to think about spelling. Clearly you would lose the flow of thought, the flow of emotion, and soon it would you wouldn't be able to do it. Same applies to drawing. You need to know what you're drawing, how it looks, and how to simplify the complex forms in order to think about what it is that you want to say, rather than how to actually draw it. And in those terms, what we're doing here is looking at the body in simple geometric shapes, and everything pretty much can be drawn with a combination of three forms, and that is a ball, a cube, and a cylinder. And that's what's called massing. You kind of start with a large mass, so that would be a cylinder, that would be a ball, and then the massing of the knee, the easiest way to do it is a box, is a cube. So I'm going to put in the other leg, and again, as I said earlier, visualizing the mass is at the heart of figure drawing. So I'm going to put in this other leg here. Again, that's another cylinder there. And then for the knee, we can think of the knee again as a box. Just put in there. Right, so I'm going to just very quickly say a few things about the knee. Essentially, the knee is the meeting point of the upper leg and the lower leg, and it is created by the connection of the femur bone, which is the thigh bone, resting on the tibia, which is the main bone of the lower leg, and there's also the fibula on the other side. And in front of these two is a bone called patella. Now, you can see how it is easy to think of it as a box, as a cube, and same apply for looking at it from the front. There's the patella and the tibia and the fibula on the side there. Again, it's easy to see it as a box, and therefore it's easy to position it. Muscle-wise, really, the knee is held in position by the quadriceps group, which sits in the front. It's that large bit there, and three main large muscles come together in a tendon, which is then inserted in the patella. The quadriceps group pretty much very schematically and quickly is inserted into patella, and then patella in turn is connected to the tibia, and then on the side we have a few muscles there and tendons. I'm not going to go into details. All those details can be found on figuredrawingonline.com in a knee lecture. But essentially, that's what we do. We simplify the forms, the complex form, into simple geometric shapes that can be thought of, that can be placed in space, and then and whose position and shape can be put into relationship with the other parts. The important part with the knee is understanding the mechanics of how the femur travels and interacts with the tibia, because that will give you the knowledge how to orient it, what is actually happening under the big bulge. All those details are in the extended lecture on the Figure Drawing Online website. So if I was to do a knee from the front and just put in the bones first. So there's the quadriceps group sitting on the top, and there's the patella in front of it. So often you get these small bulges, which are really it comes down, and then in the front here is the tibialis anterior muscle, and then you've got the thigh going down there. The positioning of the knee is really important when, for example, when the leg is. Let me get a new sheet of paper. It's very important when the leg is, let's say, resting on the ground. Let's say that is a person there in some kind of a reclining position. That's the thigh, hips there, and from here we have, let's say, the knee, the leg goes back somewhere there, and there's the foot, something like that. In these cases, it is extraordinarily important to be able to mass the knee in a right way, in a way that gives us a sense of direction. In terms of plane breaks and shading, we can think of the knee as a box, and I'm not going to spend time on detailing all the bits and pieces here, but essentially that is the way it works. That's the basic mechanics of it, that the knee is supported by sets of muscles. In the front is the quadriceps group, and then on the side you have a few tendons, and in the back it's the gastrocnemius muscles. So really that's about it. There's a bit of a displacement coming from the way the muscles work. So there's that bit of a shift if you do it just as a cylinders. The knee is actually somewhere there, and then the lower leg is a little bit out. That gives us a kind of a flow, a rhythmic flow. The same applies if we draw the knee from the front view. There's the same kind of semi-S curve. So if you do just a quick sketching for trying to get an expression, you get those bends. Same goes for a standing figure back, and then that gives you that sense of the muscles, of the tension, and the knee is just there. There you go. So that's it for just a very brief overview of the knee. If you want more information, if you want to learn more, please go to figuredrawingonline.com and have a look at the longer lectures. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time with the next podcast, and that's going to be on the lower leg. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.